This is CBC Here and Now.
Welcome to a special edition of Here and Now, live at the Avalon Mall. I'm Ashley Brawweiler.
And I'm Heather Gillis. This is our annual Feed NL show, and this is all in support of the Community Food Sharing Association. We're here to raise money for food banks right across our province.
Our CBC crew has been here all day, taking donations, hearing your acts of kindness, and listening to music, and that is exactly what we are going to do here tonight. Dozens have joined us from the Holy Heart Choir. Take it away. Well, there's no escaping the rising cost of living. Fuel prices are fluctuating, groceries are going up, and people across the province are feeling the pinch. So let's bring in Wanda Hillier with the Community Food Sharing Association. They are the main agency for food distribution in Newfoundland and Labrador. So Wanda, paint a picture for us. The need this year feels different from previous years. Tell me about what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's really different in a few different ways. First of all, we have more people coming. Visits are up 27-28% over last year. So people that came once in a blue moon because the end of the month was coming, they couldn't just get through, they're coming weekly. So that's a big shift. Another big change for us this year are the type of people that are coming in. And when I mean type, I mean we look at income when someone comes into a food bank. And we have a lot more people that are declaring that they're working, either full or part-time. They have employment income, but that employment income is no longer getting them through to their next paycheck. So they're having to either go to a food bank or not eat. So they're choosing to come in. I'm glad that they do, but that's one of the big differences we're seeing in 2022.
And our Feed NL fundraiser is part of CBC Make the Season Kind campaign. With even more people in need, are you seeing that kindness coming through with donations?
Absolutely. Newfoundland and Labradorians always deliver. The demand is really high, but with help and partnership like we have with you guys at CBC, the word gets out, the reach goes far, and we are still seeing donations come in, and we're still seeing them come in on par with what we have in previous years. So we're extremely thankful, knowing that a lot of people are finding it very tight this year.
And we're hearing that almost 1/3 of the people who rely on our province's food banks are children. What goes through your mind when you hear that?
That's really tough. Yes, 30% of the users that we are having in Newfoundland and Labrador are under the age of 16. Nobody wants their child to go hungry, but parents are having to make a choice. And there's only so much they can purchase with the money they have, and so they rely on us to get them through. We try and keep as much food on the shelf as we can that's sensitive to children, lunches, breakfasts. There is only so much we can do, but we do distribute everything we get in the hopes that it gets into those hands.
And very important. So Wanda, what message do you have for people watching who are in a position to donate to the Feed NL campaign?
I first of all would like to wish them a sincere thank you for taking the time out to make a donation to the CBC Feed NL. If you don't have the monetary means to make a donation, remember there are so many more ways to give back. Your time is so valuable. A lot of our food banks are heavily run by seniors, and they need help, and the food banks need help, and we need more younger people to get into the food banking network and give back.
All right, well, that's Wanda Hillier from the Community Food Sharing Association. We're going to check back with you in a little bit, but with keeping with our Make the Season Kind campaign, we've got a story of kindness for some newcomers coming to Newfoundland and Labrador. I'll throw it over to on-the-go host Anthony Germain, who's standing by with a guest. Anthony?
I will be standing by with a guest in just a moment, and I'm actually going to go and get this guest right now. Here we go. Come on over this way. Ah, there we go. So you see, I leave TV for a few months, and this is what happens. So just
I couldn't help it.
the puppy. She's a veterinarian. Someone came in with a dog, and we lost the guest. Maria Driscoll, great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Now, you've got quite the story. It's going to start on Tibbs Eve, and it has to do with welcoming some newcomers, some Ukrainians who are headed here. Where do you want to start this story?
I guess we should start saying that it's unfortunate circumstances what happened to them, but they're looking for a new home, a new place to call home, a new start on life. And our owner actually, when everything started kind of happening in the Ukraine, wanted to find the best way to reach out to her community and find some other veterinarians that she could maybe help bring to Newfoundland. And she got in touch, I think, actually with Maria's husband first, and they all decided to come to Newfoundland.
So Maria's husband, his name is Eugene, I think, right?
Eugene, yes, yeah.
And she's a veterinarian?
She is a veterinarian, yeah.
And they're going to be arriving here?
Okay, so after midnight on Tibbs Eve, so early Christmas Eve morning.
So the 24th of December?
24th of December at 12:40 a.m., I believe.
So you have some people who are escaping a war zone.
Yes.
And they're going to be here the day before Christmas on Christmas Eve. How do you prepare for that?
You know, we're just kind of asking for the community's help because they're coming to a new place. They don't know anybody. You know, they do know English, which is good, but we just want to get them some support and just kind of create a community for them before they, I guess, even arrive, really. So.
Right. Now, the fact that she's a veterinarian, you mentioned that I think we've heard a lot about doctors from the Ukraine trying to get more medical people. Yeah. What is the need for veterinarians here? Because that's not something we ever hear about.
Yeah, you know, we have a shortage as well. You know, everything going on with kind of mental health in the field. It's a difficult field to be in, and we obviously need them. We need a doctor to take care of all of our little furry loved ones and scaly loved ones. So it's important that we can help somebody and also, you know, bring them here and help our community here.
And is that what actually attracted your boss to the fact that there was this couple in Ukraine and you said, oh wow, one of them's a veterinarian?
Yeah, you know, she's a veterinarian herself, and she's really active in the community. She's really active in mental health in the community, and she really just wanted to help the best way she could. Right. And I'm lucky enough to kind of work at one of her hospitals, so.
So what are you looking forward to on Tibbs Eve? Because obviously, I'm assuming that they're going to arrive the usual ungodly hour that everybody arrives here?
Yep. And we're kind of hoping that we can get anybody who's interested to meet them at the airport, to welcome them and just show them the Newfoundland generosity and welcome, happy faces. They've had a really rough time, so.
And if people want to give you some assistance, they can get in touch with the animal hospital, right?
Yep, they can. I actually work at Kenmount Road Animal Hospital, so you can give us an email, but they're actually going to be working at our CBS location, and that's where they're living out in CBS. So you can call either of us, really, and you can email either of us.
All right, listen, I appreciate you coming to this special edition of Here and Now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you. I love your suit.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to throw things to Heather in just a second, but I want you to see something. There are veterinarians here at our special. You'll be with us a bit later, right?
I will indeed.
Who's that?
This is Miss Sophie.
Hello, Sophie.
She's so hi.
All right, while I play with Sophie, I'm going to hand things over to Heather Gillis.
Thank you so much, Anthony. It's great to see you back on TV, and nice to see Sophie here as well. And food security is a huge issue in our province, and we're going to hear about that all throughout the show. It's also a concern in the Miakapek First Nation in Conn River. So that Southwest Coast community is also dealing with rising food prices and tough access to healthy food. But people like Ada John are working to ensure that people are fed. Let's take a look.
We never thought about food security being an issue until COVID brought it to light. My name is Ada John, and I'm the Director of Conn River Health and Social Services. We have noticed food pricing has really gone up. You know, we were always a bit higher anyway, just because of remoteness. The availability is less. We would put together packages for families. We do that for Christmas time. We'll put packages together. And of course, the band does a good job of that, of providing Christmas dinner for everyone in the community. The other piece, of course, is our community garden. We have the school kids going down and harvesting. We have an elder section down there, senior section, so they can have their beds that are above ground and they can maintain them. If not, we help them maintain the garden. And then we have, if community members want a bed that they want to maintain, and whether that's, you know, some of our vulnerable sector community members, single moms, you know, that want, you know, have a vegetable garden, and we teach them how to make baby foods out of it, or, you know, whatever. So it's a variety of program, really nicely wrapped around service for our community, which is what I think the province desires, really.
Welcome back to the Avalon Mall. We're live here for our Feed NL campaign with the Holy Heart Choir, who have been delighting us with their music all afternoon. Our choral director is joining us. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have been doing here all afternoon.
Well, thanks so much. We're so excited to be here. Earlier today, we had a small group of students who were randomly going up to people and presenting carolgrams. So they would start off with a little carolgram jingle and then sing some Christmas carols. And the reactions from people were pretty priceless, and everybody really enjoyed it. And you could see the smiles come on people's faces, even though sometimes they were a little bit embarrassed that they were getting a carol sung to them in the middle of the Avalon Mall.
What's better to spread the Christmas spirit? Tell us a little bit about all of these wonderful singers. What can you tell us about your choir?
Well, we have been very busy. December is the busiest month for a choir, absolutely, between our Christmas concerts, and we're also preparing to deliver carolgrams on Monday. So that's where we go all around the metro area and singing carols, and we're also giving out virtual carolgrams to people all over the island. So we've been very busy with that. Plus we had Canada's Music Class Challenge, which you guys showed last night on Here and Now. So we've had a very busy time, and you know, just keeping going, and lots of stuff in the new year as well.
Excellent, and I understand that you have some more music ready for us, is that right?
We are going to sing a song now called Go Tell It on the Mountain.
All right. Take it away.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is up. Oh, won't you go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is up. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it, go tell it, my son will night and day, my husband will be and he shall be the go tell it, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is up. Go tell it on the mountain. 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 Go tell it. 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 Tell it. Tell it. Tell it. Tell it. Go tell it. Go tell it. Go tell it. Go.
We have a nice turkey by this lovely gentleman. Plus turkey. Yeah, how many turkeys do we have?
Hi there, so we're the Holy Heart Chamber Choir, a group of students from the Holy Heart Chamber Choir, and today we're going around the mall and we're singing carols to people. We're delivering these in-person carolgrams.
And you have a gift for them. What are you going to sing?
We do. We're going to sing you our carolgram, which is a collection of Christmas carols.
All right, so here's your gift from all of us at On The Go. Take it away.
Someone has sent you a carolgram to spread some Christmas cheer. They wish you joy and happiness. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. 2, 3, 4. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. From all of us at CBC NL. And a Happy New Year.
Well, welcome back to the Avalon Mall. What a beautiful day to be inside tonight. It has not been nice. We haven't seen the sun for about 15 days here in St. John's, but let's take a look at the temperatures this afternoon. They really haven't moved much either. About 2 degrees in St. John's this afternoon, 1 in Gander, same thing for Corner Brook, and as you head towards Labrador, that's where all the winter weather is, minus 12 in Lab City today. And taking a look at the weather systems, I haven't really had to do much as far as moving that ridge of high pressure up across Labrador, still in place, and that means that we're still seeing that onshore flow. Now that area of low pressure to the south has moved off, so we are seeing a bit of relief when it comes to winds. But it was another windy day today for the most part. Those wind chills still feeling more like minus 5 in St. John's right now. Bonavista, same thing. As you head towards the west coast, those temperatures hovering around the 0 degree mark in Corner Brook right now, but your wind chill feeling more like minus 3. Up across the Big Land, temperatures much cooler, however, not much of a wind chill, just a little bit in Happy Valley Goose Bay, feeling more like minus 14. Taking a look at the sustained winds at the moment, about 30 kilometers per hour in St. John's. 44 sustained in Bonavista, but otherwise we are starting to see some relief from that wind and will as we head at least through tomorrow. Those winds still gusting between 40 and 70 kilometers per hour, but we will see a bit of relief, especially as we head through the night tonight finally, and then through the day tomorrow. Now, well, it's going to return though, not quite as windy as it has been, but we're still looking. By the time we get into Sunday evening, those winds gusting between 60 to as high as 80 kilometers per hour in some of those exposed areas as we see our next weather maker move in. Taking a look at the current satellite and radar, not a whole lot going on. We do have some cloud cover, likely some drizzle, and the potential for some freezing drizzle as we head through the night tonight. We're looking at those temperatures overnight around 1 in St. John's, but the rest of the island will sit below 0. So again, don't be surprised to see a few flurries and either some freezing drizzle in the mix as well. We're in that onshore flow. Those northeasterly winds will continue to gust between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour tonight. Same thing for coastal Labrador. minus 3 in Cartwright and minus 11 in Lab City. Taking a look at what's going to happen tomorrow, a lot of the same as today. We've been in this blocking pattern for a couple of weeks now. We're still seeing that onshore flow. That means the chance of some flurries or freezing drizzle along the coast, though. It does look like west coast anyway. We may see a few peaks of sun through the day, but other than that, it shouldn't stick around for too long. Then we see our next system move in by the time we get into Sunday morning. This one looks like it'll bring some rain again for eastern Newfoundland with the potential for some snow through central and parts of the west coast. Here's your temperatures for tomorrow, somewhere between minus 1 and about 2 degrees through the day. Those winds will be much less, about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. And up across the Big Land, best chance of seeing the sunshine will be in Lab City. As we head into Sunday, much of the same, better chance of some showers though as those temperatures climb up. temperatures generally between 0 and about 4 degrees. And then Sunday, overnight into Monday, we're watching the potential for a system. Rain mainly in the east, and then we're potential for some snow again for the northern portion of the northern peninsula. Also watching a storm for Tuesday. Wanted to share your weather photo for tonight. We're looking at beautiful waves in Torres Cove there. Jim Wall shared that great shot with us. If you have any you'd like to share with us, send them to Facebook, Twitter, or email them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
And our Feed NL campaign is all about the spirit of giving. Our next story is about a group who got a much-needed Christmas miracle. I'm joined by Jim Crockwell.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, Heather. Thank you.
And you are with the McMorran Community Center. Tell us a little bit about the center.
Well, the center, we've been in operation now for the last 40 years. We're a not-for-profit organization, charitable, and we are situated in a low-income neighborhood on Easton and St. John's, and we provide services for basically low-income families, from preschool programs to after-school programs and seniors, public health services and employment services, and the food bank being also one of the big pieces of work that we do there as well.
And let's get right to that Christmas miracle. Jim, can you tell us what happened?
Well, for the last 40 years, the food bank in McMorran has been primarily supported by Pius X Parish. So given what's happened in the fall and the recent sell-off of the churches, Pius had to pull out their financial support. So that was always there to support our food hampers for families for Christmas. And well, of course, when we found that out, we were like, oh, what are we going to do here? And then basically we started a letter campaign to businesses around St. John's area, knowing that was going to be a bit of a challenge given the fact that there's so many fundraisers going on, and even things like the Fiona, that situation, and how much downward pressure was put on other corporations. So, but it panned out for us, and they came through in flying colors and helped us raise all the money that we had lost through the church to actually provide over 110 hampers for food for families. Yeah.
And there are some businesses you want to thank, is that right?
Yeah, so coming up to it, we had a number of businesses jump in. We had Ron Ellsworth from Remax, Bethesda Pentecostal Church come in, O'Day Earl Law, the Williams Foundation, NAPE, Sullivan Breen Law, Unifor, Verafin, VOCM Cares Foundation, and Grant Thornton. So grateful for them for coming in and picking up the pieces for us.
And I understand 100 families will get these hampers that you have. So tell us a little bit about how you felt when you realized you were going to be able to help these people in your community.
Yeah, well, we were obviously delighted. I mean, this is something that the church has done in conjunction with us for the last 35 years. And, losing that service for people, those hampers, was a big piece to us. And we knew that if we were just to send people other places, there's also a lot of pressure on them, and the availability wouldn't have been there. So there would have been a lot of disappointment in the community if we had not. So seeing these businesses come on board, and some of them, the last minute, and the money started coming in, and we were able to purchase them. So it was a great relief for us to be able to do that again this Christmas.
And how big a role does your community food bank play in the area that you service?
Well, like I said, it's been there for 40 years. We have hundreds of people that come per month to the food bank. This year, like many food banks, it's probably been up by 25% or so. So there's a lot of pressure on us to provide that service, and that food bank is probably critical to the area because we serve hundreds of families with the food bank on a weekly basis, 365, right?
And Jim, quickly before we go, what about the need going into 2023? What do you anticipate in the new year?
Well, the thing is, those businesses jumped in and helped us with Christmas, and ever so grateful for them. But, it's Christmas, and as I just said, that food bank operates 365, and that's when families are in need all year round. So, there's still going to be that pressure outside of the church providing some of the food hampers every month. They also gave us monthly donations to help out. So, we got to get it back at it again in January and start going out there looking for the community, corporate or individual kind of contributions to keep the thing going. And so the pressures after Christmas just keeps on going. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have to check in with you then. Jim, thank you so much for joining us here on CBC's Feed NL.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now it's time for a break. Stay with us live from the Avalon Mall. We'll be back after this with more CBC Feed NL.
sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
And thank you again to the very talented Holy Heart Choir for being our musical guests this evening. Welcome back to Here and Now. We are live at the Avalon Mall in St. John's, and this is our annual Feed NL fundraiser, CBC's Feed NL, and it is in support of the Community Food Sharing Association and food banks right across our province. As I'm sure you know, and you're feeling in your own pocketbooks, Christmas dinner is going to be costly this year. Ashley Braweiler is standing by now, live with someone who can help with a few tips and tricks.
That's right. Rob McLennan oversees the Hungry Heart Cafe at the Stella Circle in downtown St. John's. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. Thank you, Ashley.
If you've been in the freezer section in the grocery store, you've seen it. Turkeys costing $50, $60, even $70 or more. When you see these steep prices and how steep they've gotten, what goes through your mind?
That it's really out of reach for so many people, and it really challenges us, I think, to consider just what's the feature to focus on with respect to our celebratory and holiday meals, for sure.
And, you know, we haven't even tackled the other trimmings.
Right.
The stuffing, the sides, it really can add up. So how does that impact the meals that you're making over the holidays at the Hungry Heart Cafe and Stella Circle?
Well, thankfully, there's an incredibly talented culinary team. So I'm more food adjacent, I guess, to the staff there, and under the leadership of our chef, Audrey Brown, the team there are really ingenious, really, with respect to how they stretch food. So, you know, for example, if turkey is the ingredient, you know, it could be something that is part of a soup, or it's part of a goulash or some other pasta dish, or it could be stretched with some vegetables and cooked in a different way, prepared as part of a hash, a holiday. It's the holiday flavors that sometimes are drawing people too.
Yeah, for sure. Any tips for people that want to make a memorable Christmas meal? Maybe they don't have a lot of money to spare.
Well, you know, from the other side of the work that we do at Stella Circle, there's 1,000 participants, folks who are experiencing life on the periphery, often experiencing the challenges of food insecurity and poverty and access to affordable housing, and those challenges. But a lot of the messaging that we would do is just finding different ways to come together for the holidays and maybe share the cost. For example, a potluck is a great way to bring those connections together. Connectedness is certainly a value at Stella Circle, and it's something we try to make lift up and facilitate among the people that we work with.
And while I have you, how are things this time of year at Stella Circle and the Hungry Heart Cafe? Extra busy?
Extra busy, and this time of year also extra challenging. The Hungry Heart is the de facto kitchen for all of Stella Circle and the community that we support. So one of the reasons that you're having this conversation with me is because the good folks at the cafe are out doing the things that they do. But it's very busy. It's a very challenging time of year, and certainly through our the cafe staff are very good at leveraging the purchasing power and the meal preparations that they do to create affordable, nutritious meals at no cost to people experiencing food insecurity. And that's not just Christmas, although the pressure is on at this time of year. The demand is up, but it's year-round.
All right, Rob, thank you so much for coming down. Good luck in the kitchen.
Oh, great. Thanks very much.
All right, thanks, Ashley. Now, as we know, the Feed NL program is really about, this special show is about helping food banks, and we look at other organizations that need. One organization that tries to help people find toys is our next story. Sheila Guy Murphy had an idea 30 years ago, and she joins me now. Hello.
Hello, and you'd never say I was 30, would you?
No, I would never say that. You're right. Who's this fine fellow in a uniform here?
This is Lieutenant Craig Smith, and he is the St. John's Firefighters President of the Association Local 1075. Woo!
That's a mouthful.
That's pretty impressive. Now, give me an idea what's going to be happening Sunday that's the Kents Pond Fire Station, is that right?
Yeah, it is Kents Pond, Portugal Cove Road.
Okay, and what's going to be happening there between 2 and 5 on Sunday?
Well, we have the privilege and the honor to help Sheila out with her annual toy drive. We've been the 27th year, actually. Typically, it was hosted at her home, and we helped in conjunction with the Salvation Army. COVID threw a sort of a change in events 3 years ago, and now we partnered up with her to do a drive-through. So we'll have some off-duty firefighters and staff from the St. John's Regional, from our association, some on-duty members. And it's super convenient for people to come in and drop off the toys, contactless, and just pull in and pull out.
It's funny, you say contactless, and I don't think there are many times that we actually say anything positive about COVID-19. Why would we? But there is a kind of a strange benefit that you've discovered in this toy drive, right?
Well, it includes a lot more people. So we were able to open it up to the general public all over the Avalon Peninsula, and further they came last year. We had tremendous successes the last 2 years, and they did come from out as far as Clarenville to come in, and they just came through, dropped off their toy, and went on their way. And it was very easy to do. And families came, and they brought their children, and children were thrilled to see like a real live fireman and that kind of thing, or firewoman, and it was wonderful.
Now, I think, as I mentioned in the beginning, you had this idea with a bunch of friends 3 decades ago. Craig Smith sort of pointed out that you've been doing this will be the 3rd year, right, as the drive-through?
Exactly, as a drive-through. 30 years ago, it started out a couple of friends coming over of a Friday after work and saying, can we bring you something, Sheila? And I said, well, the firefighters are looking for toys. I said, bring a toy. And then the next day I dropped that off, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's really big. And we are asking for people to kindly come along on Sunday, and there's still time left. People always are last-minute shoppers in Newfoundland to pick up something, and this year we're looking for toys for young people between the ages of 12 and 15.
Right, because people sort of think, oh, when I'm going to get a doll for a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, and there is an age group that gets a little bit neglected.
Yeah, and let's face it, 16 years old, you still want something under that tree. So we're asking people to think of those young people when they're out bringing a gift.
Craig, you're part of this, obviously, and is this also part of something that you and your family has actually gotten involved with? I mean, how does this extend to other people that you know?
It's it's one of the things we do during the holidays to help those who need help. About 15 years ago, our members themselves started doing their own fundraising internally, and we sponsor 5 to 6 families and 12 or 14 kids every year. So we do the shopping and select family selection and so on. So a lot of us at that time brought our own children along just to expose them to doing some good things and seeing that and showing them that there is a need, and hopefully that's going to inspire them for when they get older and start sitting in the shoes that I'm in and seats we're in.
We do have a number of the firefighters who bring some of their family members along, and that's just really great to see the whole association getting involved. Super.
Right. And with any luck, it might be a little bit mozzy, but I don't see a snowstorm. At least Ashley didn't say that, so it's wet. And I guess the other great thing, you don't have to get out of the car.
And that's the great thing about it. Doesn't matter what Ashley says. God bless Ashley.
Don't say that.
God bless Ashley. Doesn't matter if it rains, snows, sleets, or hail. You can just drive on through, and those fabulous firefighters will just go and collect the gift from your car.
All right. It's definitely a worthy cause. Inflation, of course, it doesn't affect just food, but toys as well. I want to thank you both very much, and hope you have a great Christmas.
And same back to you.
All right. Well, don't go away. We'll be right back, live from the Avalon Mall, a special edition of Here and Now, our Feed NL show. Is there a tuba solo today? Is there really? Who's this?
This is Sophie.
a bit more. Why are you laughing so hard?
It's funny.
Is your Christmas shopping done?
No.
Ooh, awkward.
Welcome back to CBC's Here and Now, our special Feed NL show live from the Avalon Mall. And I suspect many parents listening, many people, no matter what, you've been asked the question, can I get a puppy or a kitten for Christmas? And it seems like the perfect time of year to do something like that, but there are some questions you should ask before doing so. And I'm joined by Dr. Heather Hillier and a special friend, and she's the shelter veterinarian with the City of St. John's Humane Services. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And tell us who you have with us here.
This is Sophie, and she's actually the pet of a staff member, but she's kind of our work ambassador this evening.
Excellent. Well, welcome to you and Sophie. So, tell us a little bit about how often you see people coming into the shelter this time of year looking to adopt a pet, a cat or a dog.
We get a lot of we get regular adopters all year round, which is awesome. This time of year, the biggest thing is we get constant calls, do you have kittens? Do you have kittens? Do you have kittens? So it certainly is a popular request this time of year.
And what should people think about before they do that? Because it sounds like it would be wonderful to wake up with a wonderful furry friend in a box with a bow.
Yeah, I think we all dream of that moment. But what we have to consider is that furry creature in the box has its own needs, and certainly coming into a new home can be really stressful for them and really scary. So if we combine that with the Christmas morning excitement, it can be extra stressful and scary for them. So we just ask people to consider what the needs of that pet are, and can we meet those needs, or is it really the best time to bring them home?
And what are some of those needs? What should people consider before picking a pet for Christmas or any time of the year, really?
So the biggest thing we want is to consider your home and carve out a place in your home that's home base, that's quiet, that smells like them, that's going to have their things that they're going to be established and comfortable in. And that way, even if we are over the Christmas season, they've got a quiet place that they know is their own, that smells like them, that they can be away from the hustle and bustle. And certainly if you have lots of guests and people, family members coming into your home, just watch them. If they seem like they're really overwhelmed with, being handed around and everybody cooing over them, it's okay to say, you know what, our new pet is not ready to meet new people just yet, and let them get used to your own family first.
And what can you tell us about some of the animals that you have available for adoption at the shelter?
Yes, well, Miss Sophie is not, despite her popularity this evening, but we do have a number of adult cats. This time of year, we don't typically see a lot of kittens. It's not really our kitten season. They're usually born in the summer for the majority. But we do have a number of really lovely adult cats that are looking for their forever homes as well.
Excellent. Any time is a good time to adopt a senior or an adult cat. Yes. All right. Well, that was Dr. Heather Hillier from the St. John's Humane Services.
All right, so I've been walking around the mall, as I love with these special Feed NL shows, looking for people who are doing their thing at Christmas time, and I found Jonathan Maxwell. We'll have to sort of pan up because he's a tall fellow. How are you?
I'm great.
Excellent. Now, you're originally from Jamaica?
Yes, Jamaica, national born.
Yeah. And how long have you been here?
Well, I've been here for like 10 years.
Okay, so do you have a place in Jamaica I can stay? Because I really want to get out of this weather.
Well, you got to go to Negril, Jamaica. It's the best, man.
Where?
Negril, Jamaica. It's beside Montego Bay.
Okay, I've heard of Montego Bay. Food?
Food is great.
Yeah.
Jerk chicken, rice and peas, oxtail.
Excellent. Now, you've been doing some shopping. What do you like about Christmas?
Well, shopping, yeah.
Did you find the right gift for the right person?
Well, I only shop for me because I'm single, so.
Well, charity starts at home, as they say. Now, are you a basketball player?
Yes, sir.
It was only a guess because what are you, 6'4"?
6'5".
Okay, sorry, 6'5", not 6'4". Who do you play for?
Well, I play overseas, so hopefully in January I'll be playing for the Rogue.
Really?
Yeah.
So I found a celebrity.
Well, you can say that.
What position do you play?
Well, shooting guard, small forward.
Okay, shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever met Jeremy Eaton?
No.
Okay, I'll have to introduce you because he's into this kind of sport. So what are your plans for Christmas?
Well, just having family time, I guess, with the family that I have here.
That's the most important part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you miss the most about Jamaica?
Or the heat.
Okay, the stupidest question a person's ever been asked from Jamaica. Thank you very much and Merry Christmas.
I appreciate you, man.
Okay, here you go. Robert Maxwell. All right, back to you, Ashley.
Well, the Holy Heart Choir has been serenading shoppers all day today, and I've been here for most of the day. They're doing a wonderful job, and I understand you have another song for us tonight.
That's right. We're going to sing a very popular Christmas carol now called Silent Night.
All right, take it away.
The reason we're here today, of course, is we're donating $5,000 worth of food items to the food bank. It's a tough time of year for many families, and our Building Trades members are always happy to give back.
Welcome back to our Feed NL show. Now, I couldn't believe it. I was walking down the hall here at the Avalon Mall, and who should I see but you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Now, I've always wanted to do this because I wasn't sure, but...
Oh, it's real.
Okay, well, listen, I want to say Merry Christmas, Santa. It's great to see you. Oh, and somebody wants to say something to you.
Hi, Santa!
And we are getting towards the end of our show here at CBC Feed NL, and I'm joined by Amanda Malloy, who is with our communications here at CBC, and Wanda Hillier, who is with the Community Food Sharing Association. So Wanda, I want to start with you. How has the day been so far?
Amazing.
Can you tell us how much we raised?
Okay, this is the grand number. $147,000, $837.38.
Excellent. And Wanda, quickly tell us how far that money is going to go to help feed hungry people in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Oh, it's hard to put that into a tangible number, but it will go across the province. It'll go to Nain, it'll go to Port-aux-Basques, it'll go to the Burin Peninsula. It will hit every community that needs it. So thank you very, very much.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was Wanda Hillier with the Community Food Sharing Association. Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you all night.
And as we get to the end of our show here now, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks to our friends at the Avalon Mall for hosting us, as well as the Holy Heart Choir who serenaded us and shoppers here at the mall all day, and to On The Go host.
So nice to see you guys
Anthony
again.
Germain. So lovely to have you here. Feed NL is all about raising money, and as you've heard tonight, the need is great.
Yeah, and Feed NL ends maybe tonight, but we are still taking donations until the end of the month for the Community Food Sharing Association. You can head to our website to learn more, cbc.ca/NL.
And one note before we leave you, we won't get to our birthday and anniversary greetings tonight. We didn't forget you. We'll have them for you on Monday. Good night.
Good night.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings to you wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry